So how does Little Richard come into this whole story from your point of view?
Well, from my, it's interesting you said from my point of view. I think Lloyd Price was really responsible, whether he knows it or not. I think Lloyd had a gold Cadillac or something with his, and Richard saw him somewhere in Alabama or Georgia. Where'd you get that? Man, I got it from Specialty. Who knows how artists elaborate and exaggerate. So by this time I had a man called Bumps Backwell, whom I trained to be an A&R man. He became pretty good. I hired him originally to check out audition tapes. We were getting audition records and tapes all the time, people wanting to get on the label. And we kept getting phone calls. It was from Little Richard. I found this out later. The secretary would say she delivered the message or whatever, and he was saying, I had my manager send you in a test tape and you didn't give me any answer. And after about 4 or 5 calls, I guess he got a little huffy on the phone and insisted on talking to me. And either the secretary or one of them got a little nervous and turned it over to me. He said, I've been calling you and blah, blah, blah for months and you don't give me an answer. And I went down to Bumps. I said, Bumps, did we ever get a tape from Little Richard? And he said, I don't know, who's he? And he went into our box where we periodically at the end of a month or so would return all those we rejected. And we found a tape wrapped in brown wrapping paper, and it said return. And I said, it had Little Richard on it. I said, this guy's driving us crazy. Let's listen to this again. He said, oh, it's scratchy, it's no good. You're looking for a B.B. King. This guy's no B.B. King. And he wasn't. And so we listened to the tape, and but there was something in Little Richard's voice that I liked. I don't know what it was. It was an exaggerated, over-emotional. And I said, let's give this guy a chance. I mean, maybe we can make him sing like B.B. King. So I sent Bumps down, and I said, Bumps, while you're down there, if you see you're not getting anything with 4 sides, and you think he's got something, go ahead and go for a second session. And so he went down there and was on his way. He kept in touch with me, and we laid out a plan of how to record this guy. And he had done 8 sides, and he said, they called me Pappy. He said, Pappy, I don't think we've got anything with this guy, maybe. And he said, but I'm going to go and redo some of the stuff. They went out to lunch or something, and Little Richard was playing a body song called Tutti Frutti, Good Booty. Which he sang. He had a nightclub act, which would never played on the air then. Bumps knew that. Today they'd play it.
Yeah.
Today
it'd be tame.
Today they'd call it a gospel record. Anyhow, so Bumps said we got to. Bumps told me this. They reworked the lyrics, got some hangers-on down there, some woman to rewrite the lyrics, Labostri,
Dorothy, yeah.
and the Little Richard played the piano on that himself, and had something to do. Up to that point, Bumps was having Little Richard just be a vocalist. But when Richard played on that, somehow the neck bone is connected to the knee bone or something. His voice and his playing sort of gave it a lift. And when the Bumps got back, and by the way, I mastered it. I didn't produce all the specialty records. I'd say I produced maybe 90 to 92% of thing, but I mastered 100%.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I wanted to. That's important to take takes, and then with tape, intercutting came in, and we did a lot of intercutting. And I developed a scheme for intercutting and I guess call it editing and so on. Anyhow, then that record hit, and Tutti #1.